All right, Mustang fans and surrounding areas, it's Monday evening. That means it's Monday Mustang podcast. And what that means is that we're going to have podcasts. We'll talk about our Ingleside Mustang athletics. So, scheduled tonight, we're adding more as we move every week. We've got the Lady Mustangs basketball. We'll also talk about the Mustangs, the Ingleside Mustang boys, and we're going to have soccer later on this evening. We have Coach Will on 7:30. But right now, we're going to talk about the Ingleside Lady Mustangs, their podcast, and on the screen I have the head coach for the Lady Mustangs, Coach Lance Whittle. Coach, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Coach. Thank you for stopping by. We're not going to keep Coach too long. He's got a game tomorrow. He's got to get home still and got a lot of things to do. So I want to thank him for stopping by a few minutes here to talk about his program and his players. I do want to mention that I got a text from Coach Spencer. Unfortunately, he was scheduled to come on at 7. He will not be able to come on this evening. Something happened. There's another game going on, and he couldn't make it. So hopefully we'll be able to get him next a week. But Coach, let's go ahead and jump right into it so we can get you out. So the first thing I want to ask is how's practice going? How are the girls doing?
Good, good. We had a tough loss last week. So we're coming to work, getting ready to finish off the first round of district, and they worked really hard this past week. We had a bye Friday, so we've kind of just been working on our next game against Calhoun tomorrow.
Absolutely, Coach. And health wise, everybody doing okay? We ain't got no major injuries. I know last time we
Mm,
talked, we had a girl out.
Yeah, well, we our point guard Ashley, she messed up her knee a little bit, so we're waiting on results for that. We're hoping for a minor deal, but those knee injuries are not really easy to diagnose. So we're crossing our fingers that everything's positive, but we're going on like she's gonna be out for a while. So
And that's always tough. And that's those are the tough breaks. There is it's a long season for people that don't really follow basketball. I may see this podcast. It's not like football. It's physical, right? Football is, but they play about 30 plus games, tournaments included, and they play Tuesdays and Fridays. Sometimes they go Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So on these tournaments. So by the time the season ends, these girls have played a lot of basketball. So unfortunately, injuries do happen. So, Coach, I'm hoping we can get her back. Hoping for the best. I know we need
yeah,
everybody down the stretch for district, but let's go ahead and jump into the district. You said you had a bye uh,
yeah,
uh, last Friday, but you did play against Beeville. Uh,
yeah.
Lost 42-66. That brings our Lady Mustangs to 1-1 in district play, defeating Rockport Fulton, taking the loss to Beeville. Coach, talk to us a little bit, recap this game. Beeville, by the way, they've been good for quite some time. They've gone deep into the playoffs. They have a great program. Talk about the game. Talk about what did you see from Lady Mustangs, and what were the Trojans able to do, Lady Trojans, to give us some trouble in this game?
Well, this game is kind of a microcosm of our whole season. We've kind of had trouble playing 4 quarters. If you take the first and fourth quarter against Beeville, we won those. We won those, but the second and third, we were just looked like we hadn't played basketball ever in our life, and they just kept hammering us and hammering us, and we just kept we couldn't get that tide to turn a little bit to get back into it. So the second and third quarters really cost us that game. And then we when we finally started kind of bringing it back in the fourth quarter, Ashley got hurt, and that just everybody just kind of it's like concerned about her. So
Yeah.
it's just part of the game, I guess. Just the girls learning how to. We got so many young girls learning how to play an entire 4 quarters. And we just got to have some of our seniors step up and keep everybody in order, get through those tough moments.
Right, coach. And I mean, we're 1-1. I mean, the expectation is to get into the playoffs, right? We want to compete for a district title. That's always the goal. But I mean, we lost the game, but we're right back in it. We'll have another shot with Beeville. Obviously, the injuries are going to be important. We want to get everybody back healthy. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. But
Yeah,
again, a really good program. And like coach is saying here, just wasn't able to put 4 good quarters together to be able to get the win. That one's behind now. We got to move on forward now to the next game, which, coach, I'd like to get your thoughts on the next 2 games. They're both district games, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, coach, but they both are going to be at home this week. Oh,
no,
no, Tomorrow.
We're at Calhoun tomorrow, and Sinton will be home on Friday.
Right. So you're going to Calhoun. Game time starts 6:30, 6:15?
6:15.
6:15. So the Lady Mustangs will travel to Port Lavaca to take on the Lady Sandys. Coach, looking at that, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think that is a game that we could win.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2-1. It's important. All these games count now. And then Friday it'll be Sinton. Let's jump first to tomorrow. What do you want to see from your team? I'm not going to ask you what are the key points. What's the one thing you want to see from your team tomorrow against the Sandys?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's watching you know, starting for Ashley. We're moving a freshman over to the point guard, Kiki Smith, so she'll be handling the ball a lot. And I have, she backs up Ashley uh, when Ashley's on the bench, so she plays 8, 10, 12 minutes of point guard anyways. So it's nothing new for her, but just having the whole thing on her shoulders tomorrow, it's gonna be big for her, and I know she can handle it. And just the other ones, that you know, we I've talked to them today at practice. Everybody's going to have to step up and score 2, 4 points. For Ashley's being gone, everybody's going to have to kind of pick it up a little bit. And whether it's rebounding or scoring a couple extra points that they're used to, and just being a little bit more aggressive. And in their eyes, they understood, and I think they're going to be ready for that tomorrow.
I think they will be too. Obviously, when you have an injury to a player and you don't expect that, right? You go in fully with the player, and then an injury happens during the game or something. It kind of just takes you out of the game sometimes. Obviously, that seems like what happened to us. Now we've had time to regroup. We'll go on the road. It's a big win. I'm sorry, it's a big game for us to win tomorrow against the Lady Sandys. I personally am rooting for the Lady Mustangs like always, but they got to go out and play. It's not guaranteed that if another team is struggling, we're automatically going to get the win. It is at their place. I've been at their gym. They get loud out there. I've
Yeah.
been there, and they got a lot of support. So we're gonna have to go in there and play our game to get the win and go 2-1. That'll be huge for us. And then, Coach, you come back Friday, and you'll play Sinton. That's always a good one. Sinton's always tough. They come with great players. I think that's going to be a good matchup for the Lady Mustangs. Hopefully, we'll be 2-1 going into that game. What do you know about Sinton? First go around here. We'll play them again. This game will be at home. How important is that game? It's like every other game that wins, but give me the key points that you think we need to do against Sinton. What do you know about them, and what do we got to do to beat them on Friday?
Well, every game in district's important. I mean, we got to come out fighting to win every game. Whether you know, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We expect to win when we go out there. So even shorthanded, we're going out there with the mentality to go out there and win. Now, Sinton, they're very aggressive defensively. That's their go-to stuff. They're going to try to force turnovers and get us to turn the ball over. So you
They're
know
gonna, they're gonna put pressure on us, huh?
Yeah, offensively, it's. I think we can do some things against them defensively, but it's just a matter of us taking care of the ball where we can get some shots up, and hopefully a few of them fall in.
Absolutely. You got to play 4 quarters, first of all. That's
Yeah.
that's the main thing. You got to play 4 quarters. It's a lot. If you start off slow, you still got time to get back in the game. Hopefully, you'll see a lot of hustle from the Lady Mustangs again. A little short-handed, but that's what happens in games. We got to go out there and play. Hopefully, we're gonna get these 2 wins. They're going to be
Yeah.
very important in district going in to before we get into that second round. There'll be a couple of games we'll be on the road that second go around. But again, this game, it's about an hour away to Port Lavaca from Ingleside. So definitely, if you can make it out there, definitely love the support. But then on Friday, it's a big home game. You heard Coach say all district games are big, but Sinton's coming into town. Definitely like to pack that gym up on Friday and come support the Lady Mustangs. Like I said, we're trying to get both of these wins this week. That would put us pretty much in the driver's seat, hopefully, going into the second round of district. We shall see how things play out. Coach, I'd like to get your thoughts on what's been going on with the other levels of basketball. How is our JV team doing?
Our JV lost to uh, Beeville Tuesday. They Beeville's very aggressive defensively, and that kind of overwhelmed them at the beginning. But our girls, I really enjoyed watching them because they really came back and fought back, and made a real good ball game towards the end. I don't remember the exact final score of that game, but it was a good comeback for those young girls. And then in
Absolutely.
junior high, we we played Beeville here last Thursday, and the B teams they both won. The seventh grade they had a tough. The seventh grade A team they had a tough game with Beeville. They, those girls from Beeville were pretty good. And then our eighth grade girls, I believe, lost by 6 or 8 points. So they fought hard too. Even though they came up short.
Coach, how many more games does the middle school have? Do you know offhand?
I want to say
A
3 or 4.
3 or 4 left. I know,
Yeah.
kind of.
I know they're playing tonight, but they're away in Kingsville. Then I think they have 3 more after that. I think February 3rd or 4th is their last game.
Got a couple more weeks. They play once a week.
Yeah.
So definitely, hopefully, we're getting some people to go out there again. The Lady Mustangs, like I said, we're 1-1 now. Hoping that we can get the win tomorrow, 2-1. That would be huge for us going into that game on Friday with Sinton. And I'll remind everybody that tomorrow's game is in Port Lavaca. Game time is at 6:15, and then Friday, the Lady Mustangs will be back at home, where I hope we'll get a good crowd out there to come support the Lady Mustangs. It's going to be a big game. It's always a big game, good little matchup between Ingleside and Sinton. So definitely looking forward to those games, Coach. And didn't have much for you today. Just wanted to bring you on, kind of recap the Beeville game because we had a bye, and then get your thoughts on the 2 games coming up. As Coach will be back, or scheduled to be back next Monday at 6 o'clock. Coach, is there any way we can bring any players in next Monday, do you think?
Yeah. I'll bring them in next Monday. I'll talk to them, see if there's anybody volunteer that I got a couple girls in mind. Hopefully they'll. I know some of them are shy and a little camera shy. So I'll talk to them. I'll get some in here. I'll let you know.
I know sometimes they're shy, and I really do appreciate you, Coach, coming on after a long day in practice. That's why we want to get Coach out. He's got to get home, and then of course he's got to travel, so we don't want to keep him long. So we're going to try to bring some Lady Mustangs in. Hopefully, there's some that want to come in tomorrow. Coach, let me know who they are, and I'll prepare some
All right.
questions. But again, Coach, thank you very much. Give you the final thoughts. Anything you want to add?
Oh no, it's just like you said. Hopefully we get a good crowd out against Sinton. They're kind of a close rival of ours, and it's always kind of a dogfight when we get in there with them. And just if you're not going to make it out to Calhoun tomorrow, just a little prayer for us that we come back healthy, and we'll hopefully there's some good news for y'all next Monday.
I hope so, Coach. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that about our player Ashley. She's the one that came on our podcast, correct?
Yes.
So a big part. I've seen some of the stuff she's done. So that is a huge loss for the Lady Mustangs, and of course we got to keep going. Like I said, we're 1-1. If we can win tomorrow, 2-1, this would be huge for us. And then of course we need the crowd on Friday here, especially at home. It's our hometown. We want to definitely support our athletics programs here. So definitely come on out on Friday. Coach, safe travels tomorrow. Good luck. Text me, send me an email, let me know the final results. I'd definitely like to know that. We're wishing you all the luck, and I hope when you guys come back, we'll have the win and go 2-1 in district.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.